Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the TheRcSaylors, and today we're going to share with you a folding arm and folding prop Wi-Fi FPV drone. It's definitely toy grade. It comes in around $35 to $40, give or take, however the sales and promotions are going on. We'll have a link in the description box below, and let's take a closer look at what comes in the box, then we'll fly it and see how it performs. This is the first time I've ever seen a toy grade drone with folding arms and folding props. I've never seen this on anything other than our Mavic and our Spark. So the arms unfold and then you see the props unfold as well. That's really cool because it saves more space. It does have a power button on top of the drone. We have a camera down here that you can adjust the angle on. So I do like that quite a bit. And the battery compartment is here. This is a Wi-Fi FPV drone, so it probably will save to your phone. I don't see anywhere that you would put a micro SD card, so it looks like all the footage is going to save to your phone. I think we'll tilt the camera as high up as it'll go in preparation for our first flight. And now we have our transmitter. This is probably my second favorite feature about the drone. I really do like that these props fold, but this is a good looking transmitter. It really resembles like a PlayStation or Xbox controller a lot. It feels really good in my hands. It's one of the best designs I've felt in a long time. It's altitude hold, so both joysticks are spring loaded, and all of our buttons are labeled, which is so nice. I mean, it just is very nice when everything is labeled. We have headless mode, auto takeoff, auto land, return to home, flips, it's all there. I really like that. The only flaw that this transmitter has is its holder. It's nice that it can come off, but it's not going to hold a larger phone with a larger case on it. Here's our USB charge cable for the drone battery itself, and then the battery is a single cell, 3.7 volts. That's a 600 milliamp LiPo, which is not bad. That's a pretty good size battery for this size drone. And then we also have some spare props in here with it's not the whole prop shaft, it's just a single little prop. There's 4 of those in there and a screwdriver. You also have instructions. For the price, this is outstanding. If it performs well, then this is going to be a huge win. So let's get it in the air, see how it flies, and remember, everything's linked in the description box below. One thing that I did on the props is I put them at all different positions. I have the front right completely opened. I have a couple of the others folded. So I wanted to see how it would act with some of the props folded up and stuff. I think that they'll just throw out for liftoff, but we'll test that out. So let's try a quick auto takeoff. There, yeah, good job. Good job, little drone. I was hoping it would do that, and that's good. It's actually flying pretty well. The altitude hold, that's where it took off on its own, and it's hovering there. I'm not messing with that. And you can probably see the little flag behind it. There's a light breeze, but not anything that's really bad. But it is what's pushing me to the left, you see. So I'm having to fight that a little bit. Otherwise, it's doing a good job. It's doing a good job flying. Now it has some really cool bright headlights.
Are you gonna address why they're not seeing video right now?
Yes, definitely. I was getting to it. Yeah, the lights look great on it, but like Abby said, there's no video. And that's because, for whatever reason, it would not save to her phone. We tested this pretty thoroughly before we took off here. Wanted to make sure we knew what we were talking about, and it's not working. Now, it may work on my phone, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose of us doing these tests. We're not trying to make things look perfect behind the scenes and falsify information for you guys. We want you to know that, hey, this doesn't work on Abby's iPhone. It's a very common phone, the iPhone, and if it's not working on her phone, then I think people should know about that. So we're not really going to take the time to test it on mine, mainly because we're out of data this month. We can't download the app while we're out here. But that's just trying to be honest with you guys. Now, as far as the drone FPV goes, it's pretty standard. We're getting a little latency on our Wi-Fi FPV, and it's nothing that you would want to try to race around the yard with, but it would work to frame up the shot. It could work on Android phones, but as I said, we tested it on Abby's iPhone and no luck. Now that's full forward in this light breeze, so I'm going to have to increase my rates. So the top left bumper is rates, and that made a big difference. I can fight the wind, no problem now. And the yaw increased too, so I really like that. It's a lot zippier. Let's go a little higher. There's 3 beeps. So we're able to do cyclones and stuff. This is actually a really cool little drone. It sounds good too for a brushed, motored Wi-Fi FPV toy grade drone. It really sounds pretty good. You hear it? Not bad. Okay, let's try a flip, because I know we have that function in here. Let's level it off a little bit and do a flip. So I just push the button and then it waits for me to give it a direction. And we pull off a really good flip. It doesn't lose any altitude. That's a really, really good flip. Very good flip. A few other features here. Let's test headless mode. I'll get a little closer before I start it. So we'll go right into headless mode. I think I have to hold the button. Yep. Oh no, it actually spins on its own. So when you press that button, it just starts spinning. That's interesting. That does not happen on a drone of this size very often. Now the wind was taking it away, so let's start it over here and see how that does again. So what I want to do is hold the spin button and it just goes into a spin completely on its own. That's really interesting. I'm not touching anything. That's 100% on its own. Just push the button for it to stop and I'll fly it back. I thought that was headless mode, but definitely not. Okay, we have, I think a return to home here, so let's try that. I'm doubtful that it'll work very well. Nope, it's shooting off to the left and into the ground, so no on the headless mode. That was a little too fast. Okay, let's try a couple other buttons. We have auto land, so let's go ahead and try that. Just hold that button and it's bringing it right down. Auto landing, not bad at all. Do you want to fly this, Abby?
Sure. Auto takeoff. I feel like it's been a while since I've flown. I gotta remember how to fly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Did you do all the rates?
Yeah, the top left button is the rates. Yeah, I did 1, 2, and 3. 1, couldn't fight the wind very well. 2, did a great job. And 3, almost too high of pitch.
It's fast going with the wind.
Yeah.
And go. Woo!
Yeah. Try flip, it's the top right button. It did really good on the flips. I think you would agree.
Yeah, it's funny flying this, fighting the wind. You gotta be careful when you fly these little toy grades on a windy day because it'll take it, because this is absolutely nothing.
Abby's hands free and it's pushing it that much.
Now, the altitude hold works great. Works perfectly. But I would recommend checking out a folding arm drone that we've had on the channel recently. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll have it linked on the screen and in the description box. Folding arm drone, I think it's around $50, and the Wi-Fi signal works.
It was the best performing toy grade Wi-Fi
drone that we've ever had.
At least of 2017.
Yeah. Definitely check that one out. Now if you get this one, hopefully it'll save, the footage will save to your phone, but not saving to mine. Not the first time I've seen it, you know, something have the Wi-Fi signal, but the footage not saved. It's always frustrating when that happens. And people are probably thinking, download the software 11, whatever, iPhone 11.
Yeah, we actually do need to upgrade your phone.
I have heard, don't upgrade it yet. And honestly, I never upgrade my phone until about 4 to 6 months after they come out with the update. Because it always seems like there's problems. I live 2 to 3 hours away from an Apple store, so I always just wait. So it'll be a while before we have that screen recorder on my phone.
Isn't that funny how Apple
There's always problems
Yeah.
when they do updates.
And that's why I don't have an Apple phone.
Hey, last time you updated your phone, you don't get texts anymore.
Yeah, I know.
You barely get calls. You've had some
Yeah.
issues. There's low battery. You've had some issues since you last updated your phone too,
Well,
Mr. Auto Land, because it has a low battery.
I think you have to hold the button. No, there it goes.
And I screwed
Okay.
it down.
Good job. In summary, there are two really good things about this drone. The first being the transmitter. It feels great, it had a good range, and it was very responsive. I didn't notice any signal interference in the Wi-Fi FPV being emitted from this and the 2.4 gigahertz off of the transmitter itself. I thought that it wouldn't have that good of reception because it has 4 AAA batteries in here instead of 4 AA's, so a little weaker on the voltage. But overall, it performed really well. The other benefit, the other pro to this drone is the folding arms with the folding props. I do really, really like that. It saves even more space. It resembles very much so the Mavic, the Mavic Pro. I mean, that's exactly what they're going for here with this look. But it gets super compact, about the same size as the transmitter. So I really like that. The camera angles up and down. So overall, those are the best features going for this drone. The downside, the big downside, holding you back probably from buying it, is the fact that we couldn't save any of the FPV footage to Abby's phone. There's no place for a micro SD card, so it's probably not going to work very well on most iPhones, I would say. For that reason, it's going to be a pass. I think that if they have this version without the camera and the Wi-Fi FPV, you may want to pick that up because it's actually really cool with these folding props. That's really nice. I think we're going to see more and more of those on the market because I don't see any downside to that except for maybe slightly higher cost and a little harder to repair if one breaks. Overall, I don't know. If you really want to try it and risk the FPV not working, then pick it up. But we have other recommendations that Abby will probably link in the description box below, and if not, she'll have them carded on these little cards that pop up at the top of the screen. And we'll do our best to link a better version of this at the end of our video. So remember, if you're new to our channel, not only do we tell you when not to buy something, but we're starting to do our best to recommend things that are in a similar price point that would perform better than this. And every now and then we come across a hidden gem that you just want to grab up as soon as we release our video. I think we're going to have a few of those in ground vehicles coming up on the channel soon, but we'll just have to wait and see how those do. So if you're interested in this, we'll have it linked in the description box below, as well as some other goodies. You definitely want to take the time to check that stuff out. And we thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye!